What's happening, everybody? TeddyPay here and welcome to another stream of mine. So today's game we have another Hero League sent to me by one of my friends while I was overseas, and let's get right to the team analysis here. We have Muradin, Nazeebo, Vala, Arthas and Uther on the blue team, and we have Tyrande, Reyna, Stitches, Butcher and Nova on the red team. And so to go right to the team analysis, I must say that in terms of balance, both teams are pretty similar, but we have a strong tank in the form of Muradin, and Arthas is a pretty strong tank as well, and Uther is a pretty strong support as well. But we have Tyrande and Reyna, two very top tier picks in today's meta, and we have Stitches as the tank on the red team. If you were to ask me where the advantage lies, I have to say to the red team, because Reyna and Tyrande is such a strong powerhouse, especially when it comes to team clashes here. With Tyrande's Luna Flare and the ability to scout enemy team's heroes, they will be able to take down important team characters on the blue team. So the importance for victory on the blue team side will be to try the best to take down Reyna and Tyrande as much as possible. These two are pretty fragile heroes, but if Stitches will be able to zone the blue team out and protect Tyrande and Reyna as they continue to lay waste on the blue team, this will allow them to take down the blue team as fast as possible. For the red team to win any team clashes, it's as simple as trying to keep Reyna and Tyrande alive. But after all, these are my opinions, and so let's see how the match goes. And so we are in the battlefield of eternity here, and so this makes team clashes even more important. There are only 2 lanes in this map, so pushing isn't that much as important. It's all about securing the immortals here. So if you can look at the talent, let me have to pull out my talent log here. We have Regeneration Master for Arthas, and also Conjurer's Pursuit for Uther. So Arthas is going a bit more on the tank hero, and Uther is going to be the full support role. Ranger's Mark for Tyrande. Give me more from Reyna. This gives him even more survivability compared to adding the Seasoned Marksman. So this gives Reyna more staying power in each of the team fights. We have Chop Meat and we have Ambush Snipe from Nova. Perfect Storm for Muradin instead of the Reverberation. So Muradin is going to go for a bit of the damage here. We have Nova in huge amount of trouble, and Arthas and Uther has managed to take them out. Nova has definitely overcompensated in the first few moments of the team fight, giving blue team possibly a slight EXP lead and the chance to actually give them some momentum. We have Reyna going on the bottom lane, soloing the bottom lane. The action is at the top lane here. We have red team's Butcher also going in, overcompensating, and will be taken down by 3 of the blue team's heroes. Very well played on the blue team's part, disseminating very badly positioned heroes on the red team side. And so red team isn't going to be using their advantage very well here. So we have Death Ritual from Nazeebo, giving him additional survival power. We have Siphoning Arrow, sort of going for the Hungering Arrow survival build, giving her an extra staying power in team fights. This is probably more important because they have more tanks than they do for DPS, so Vala has to keep alive as much as possible so that they won't be easily taken down. So red team's Reyna, it seems like he won't be able to do a lot of damage there because he's actually getting harassed pretty badly. But the action is at the top lane. We have Butcher trapped in the middle, and we have Luna Flare hitting Uther, saving Butcher for a short period of time. Immortals are going to spawn in a few seconds, but the top lane in red team and the blue team are going harder there. We have others going in. Butcher is going to be taken down, and Tyrande has to get for a retreat here. Hungering Arrow takes Tyrande down, and red team is 2 heroes down. This is a very good job for the blue team, and blue team will be able to deal some damage to the red team's Immortal. But of course, this is in a lower level, and red team will be able to spawn pretty soon. But blue team is going to do a lot of damage, doing some great work to the red team's Immortal. The red team's actually doing huge amount of damage to the blue team's Immortal as well. And this is why Reyna is such a powerful hero, especially this map. Reyna has strong single target burst damage, and they will be able to take down the Immortal, even if it's just Reyna and Butcher, as we saw just now. And so it seems like the red team is going to attempt to defend their Immortal here, but the blue team is already well positioned. The blue team has actually separated the position here. Nova in a very precarious situation. Stitches comes in to try to peel for Nova successfully. Nova has recloaked itself, but Reina and Butcher is still attempting to go for the blue team's Immortal here. So the blue team's Immortal is actually undergoing huge damage from Reina. Reina is doing a great amount of work despite not having the seasoned marksman. And Reina has actually taken down the Immortal here. We are going for a clash, and Reina is going to take down the Muradin as well. And then blue team has 4 heroes left. They have to go for the retreat here. And red team has successfully captured their first Immortal, which will be pushing the top lane. We have their level 4 talent. We have Gathering Power for Nazeebo. We have Puncturing Arrow, Destruction, Protective Shield, another Gathering Power for Nova, Flail Axe, Focus Attack for Reina. Reina is going to do a huge amount of damage to the team fight, and it's even more important that the blue team must be able to take down Reina. We have Focus Attack as well for Tyrande. Tyrande is going a bit more into the damage side as well. We have the Frost actually hitting the red team. The red team is going on a retreat. We have the blue team moving in, but the blue team's Tyrande will be taken down by the covering fire from Reina. Reina is dealing a huge amount of work on the blue team as long as they don't do any damage. And Reina will be slowly taken down. The attack by Nova comes in, and Butcher goes in to go for the Vala, and has taken down Vala at the same time. Vala was a very ill position, and Nova definitely laid waste to the blue team's Vala. So the Immortal has taken down a bit of the towers, but not so much of the fort of the blue team, but giving just enough to give them a slight EXP boost here. So the talents we have Vow Cleaver for Butcher. This is not Butcher but Stitches. This gives them a bit of crowd control here. So if the blue team isn't well positioned here, they will be able to get sustained damage from Stitches as well. So red team in a very well placed situation here. They have their momentum in their favor. They had the first Immortal and still able to do a huge amount of damage to the blue team as well. So I guess this goes to show that what I said was actually true. That the only way for the blue team to win is to try the best to take down the red team's Reina, because Reina, without any check on him, will be able to do a huge amount of damage to the blue team. Battle momentum for Tyrande, Revolution Overdrive. So this gives Reina a huge power boost by increasing his attack speed here. You have Toxic Gas, Abattoir, and anti-armor shells for Nova. And so the red team is going to get ambushed by the blue team. The blue team has rotated down to the bottom lane here. We have Stitches being trapped. Stitches is definitely going to be taken down by the fall of the blue team's hero. The Vow Gas is coming out so much. This could be possibly a bad time for Stitches to actually go down. You have the red team actually managing to cap the top siege units, but would he be able to deal damage to the Immortal? Stitches has to come back so as to for any team fights. So Muradin is actually quite badly positioned here. He's actually not joining his team and going straight to defend the top lane. So we have Butcher and Tyrande going onto the blue team's Immortal here. We have the 4 of the blue team's heroes going for the red team's Immortal. So this is going to be just another Immortal race. But this is going to be different because we have Reina on the red team. Reina is still going to do a lot of single target damage. Nazeebo can potentially deal a lot of single target damage as well, especially with his damage over time. We have Butcher going in to take down Uther as well. It seems that red team is definitely going straight for Uther to try to zone him out at the very least. And we have Arthurs coming in with Muradin going in for this front line. Uther comes back in trying to heal his tanks and also to try to stay out of harm's way. Red team is going a bit more scattered there. Stitches has come in, but he has been separated from this entire team. The blue team also has the fort advantage with his heroes. Reina is going to be trying to do damage here. The stun comes from an Immortal, and Stitches will be taken down. Butcher, Tyrande, and Reina is going back on a retreat. Nova isn't going to be able to deal much with a bunch of tanky heroes here. Nova can only potentially attempt to burst down either Vala or Uther. And then Reina is coming in. Reina is going to take a lot of damage with the heals. He goes for the stun, he goes for the pushback, but it won't be able to survive. Butcher is going to attempt to do some damage, but he has to maintain his position with Tyrande, or else he will suffer a huge amount of damage here. But despite all these efforts, the red team is still attempting to deal a lot of damage to the blue team's Immortal. And when the blue team is attempting to defend their Immortal here, so Stitches is coming in, he's going to use his Gas to try to deal damage to his Immortal. But we have 4 blue team's heroes on the red team's Immortal as well. This Immortal race is slowly shifting to the blue team's side, and blue team has managed to take down the red team's Immortal. And the blue team's Immortal will be pushing the top lane pretty soon, and blue team is going to reach level 10 talents very soon as well. And we have Piercing Bolt, Toad Affinity, Repeating Arrow, Rune Tap, and Cleanse for Uther. So Cleanse is really important, especially for the Lunar Flare from Tyrande. So all they have to do is ensure that Uther has to ensure that they doesn't get stunned by Tyrande, and when Tyrande actually successfully lands his stun, has a Cleanse ready on hand and to be able to save his teammates as well. This is going to be very important, especially in the late game team fight, where Lunar Flare is almost always going to hit one of the heroes, especially all the amalgamation that happens in the late game, and especially since that they have 2 frontliners as well. So the red team will be attempting to defend their top fort, and blue team, the entire team will be, except for Vala, will be trying to push the top fort together. The Immortal Syndra Gozer comes in with Stitches and Butcher dealing a lot of damage. Nazebo dealing huge amount of damage with his ultimate there. Just nice when they manage to hit that level 10 ultimate. Nazebo uses his Ravenous Spirit to try to take down the red team's heroes, and has managed to take down 2 of the frontliners here. So the rest of the red team heroes is now going to be a bit of a handicap here, because Reyna and Tyrande is pretty dependent on their tanks, so as the blue team won't be able to advance straight in on them. Reyna goes in for the Hyperion to try to zone the blue team out, but blue team is still going to be pushing in really hard here. Starfire has come down with Butcher. Butcher will be trying to take down the blue team's Immortal. Reyna is dealing single target damage. The Immortal is taken down. Is this a chance for a counter attack here? And we have Butcher charging into Vala here, and then Stitches has comes in with a hook, with a Lunar Flare, with Vala, the Precision Strike hits down, with Reyna is going to be almost died, but with the Divine Shield will be able to take down the Muradin as well. Red team is moving in here. We have Muradin at very low HP, attempting to go well. Lunar Flare hits with Uther. Uther is going to be taken down with a damage from Butcher here. Muradin is on the retreat. He is very low HP. And the mid hook has taken Muradin down as well. This is a huge turnaround, a very strong counter attack from the red team here. Blue team has definitely overcompensated, overstayed their welcome, probably by just a simple few seconds here. And red team has successfully counter-attacked and take down 2 of the blue team's heroes. Actually 3 of the blue team's heroes, including Vala. So very well played on the red team's part, despite a level lead from the blue team. So right now, the blue team is going to attempt to capture the mercenary camps, so the red team is going to do the same as well. So the blue team is going to go for the bruiser camps on this side of the map, while the red team is going to go for the siege units on the top of the map and the bottom of the map as well. So Stitch is actually doing a huge amount of work with his Gas here. So with his Toxic Gas, is it Toxic Gas? As in his trait allows him to deal damage when people actually damage him. So when this allows him to give him a huge amount of crowd control abilities, and I think that's part of the reason why the blue team is actually sustaining a huge amount of damage. And then Vala is coming in. Butcher goes in to try to take down Vala here. No, it's not Vala, it's Nazebo here. And when Butcher comes in, but he has overcompensated. The Shuri comes in, Ravenous Spirit goes in, dealing a amount of damage to Stitcher. Stitcher has to retreat, very low HP here. And red team has 2 of their main frontliners down, and they have to retreat. Red team definitely going a bit more cocky there, and attempting to take down Nazebo without even confirming where the rest of the team is. And then the blue team has jumped up to go for the counter attack. And now this is time for the blue team for a counter attack as well, as they push down the bottom lane as much as possible here. And we have the Howling Blast attempting to capture enemy heroes before they dive in. Reyna, Tyrande, and Nova attempting to zone the blue teams out. Hyperion comes down here, but then is this successful to zone the blue team out? Pretty much pretty much successful actually. The blue team is going for the retreat and attempting to go for the red team's Immortal, but the red team is full now, and they're it's all fully respawned, I mean, and they will be attempting to go for the Immortal as well. But now the blue team has a bit of the talents here. Although the red team has hit level 13 talents, they haven't added their talents here. Only Giant Killer and Butcher has added Crave Flash here. We have Syndra Goza comes in with Butcher at a very low HP, attempting to take down Muradin, but the Divine Shield saves Muradin just a few seconds before his death, and it manages to take down Butcher at the same time. So once again, we have the 2 main frontliners down. It is going to be very difficult for Tyrande and Reyna to actually go for the counter attack, because once they come in, they will be able to take down Tyrande and Reyna with relative ease, especially with the Howling Blast. Howling Blast from Arthas is going to be a huge threat, especially without any frontliners. And so this gives the blue team not much difficulty to be able to take down the red team's Immortal. And we have the red team's Muradin. Is that the red team's Muradin? That's the red team's Reyna will be taken down from the bottom lane, probably separated from the teammates here. So the main damage dealers for the red team is down. We have Tyrande getting hit by Muradin. Tyrande is attempting to run away from Muradin, but Muradin gives chase, gives up for a while. The two main frontliners have taken down the blue team's others, but is that enough to secure the Immortal race? Muradin is a bit separated from the teammates. Very well placed Stompbolt there, and he attempts to try to get out of there as fast as possible. So now the Immortal race has shifted a bit into the red team's favor. The red team has a chance now to deal damage to the blue team's Immortal, but with the fountain nearby, the blue team has managed to heal and will be attempting to go for the red team as well. So this is now literally who is able to regroup and move in at the same time first. Both Immortals are huge. The blue team is still at full HP for the Immortal, and the red team, it has already half of their Immortal HP already gone from the blue team. Stitches is going in now to go for the Immortal. Hyperion comes in with a precision strike, and then the blue team is going on retreat here. It's a bit disorganized. Hunter's Bucks on Vala. Vala is going to retreat, but Tyrande is overcompensating her welcome. The Howling Blast almost hits, but Luna Flare won't be able to stop Arthas in his track. But with a well-placed multi-shot from Vala, we'll be able to take down the red team's Tyrande at the same time. Red team's Butcher and Tyrande has been taken down. 5 of the blue team's heroes are still alive. This gives them a huge edge into the Immortal race. Reyna News is overstaying his welcome and doesn't do much to actually stay there. So the Immortals have shifted their positions here, and this spells disaster for this Immortal race for the red team. The red team is down disorganized. Some of the heroes are still in the base. Stitches is still going in. Howling Blast almost hitting him. That would be disastrous if the Howling Blast actually hits there. And the blue team is going straight for the red team's Immortal. Stitches and Butcher comes in, but they should be waiting for the teammates here. Stitches is already going into a 5-man blue team. That is very risky on the Stitches part. And the Immortal is going down. The Butcher has come in now and going for his ultimate, but doesn't deal much damage. Muradin actually manages to jump away in time. Precision strike hits down, getting rid of the blue team's Arthas here. But at the same time, the blue team has managed to get rid of the red team's Immortal, and the blue team's Immortal will be pushing down. Stitches is coming in, but Luna Flare almost hitting Vala, but Vala manages to get it in time. Uther has come in with a falling prey to the Hunter's Mark, but with Val Gas, and will be. Red team has managed to take down the Butcher as well with a huge amount of hungering arrow damage from Vala here. So the Immortal is here and will be pushing down the red team's fortifications, and this is a very powerful Immortal because it is a full shield Immortal, able to deal a lot of damage with its range. Stitches has come in, probably not looking at his minimap, and will be able to be taken down by Muradin and Vala here. So the blue team is in a very strong position. They have unlocked the level 16 talents and is going to lay a huge amount of waste to the red team's forts. The red team isn't going to hit the level 16 talents as quite soon there. So this gives a huge amount. Revenant Spirit comes out and is going to take down the red team's Nova. Will Tyrande be able to survive the Revenant Spirit? Probably not. But this is very strong. Luna Flare doesn't hit much with the Owl trying to zone out the blue team, but the blue team's dealing a huge amount of work to the red team's forts. Oh, will they be able to take down the fort? And yes, they will be able to take down the red team's forts here. This gives blue team a huge advantage in terms of siege units. The siege units will be able to deal a lot of damage to the red team's forts here. And blue team don't want to commit the previous mistake of overstaying their welcome. Immediately backs off when they realize that this fight isn't in their favor. And this is really powerful. The red team still hasn't unlocked their level 16 talents, and the blue team has already go. We have Stone Form, Leaping Spider, Tumble, Stone Skin, and Hardened Focus from Uther. Hardened Focus instead of the Benediction, I believe. So this gives him, as long as Uther keeps his HP full, he will be able to heal a lot of his team heroes here. So this makes it more imperative that the tanks have to make sure that there's no aggro on Uther as well. So the red team is losing a bit of momentum here. They have unlocked their level 16 talents, True Shot Aura, Bullseye. True Shot Aura definitely complements Reyna a lot. So since Tyrande and Reyna are heroes that the red team has to try to protect, if Tyrande manages to keep Reina alive, they will be able to deal, potentially turn the game around. And then Hyperion comes in with Butcher coming in, and then so much that Starfall is coming in, Sacred Groza comes in, the red team is a lot. Precision Strike hits Bala, but won't be able to enough to take her out. Nova and Tyrande has been taken down with Stitches coming in. Stitches is actually quite badly positioned. He is trying to peel for his team here, I can see, but it isn't enough to protect the important heroes. So Tyrande is going to be taken down. Reina is trying to do some work, but with his very low HP, won't be able to do a lot of damage. This is definitely a very strong team fight win for the blue team. So as long as the blue team manages to use this fight very well, they will be able to almost potentially turn the game around. So the Immortals have spawned. This is probably the final Immortal for the blue team. If blue team manages to get the Immortal here, this is definitely a game for them. And with their level 20 talents approaching very soon, this makes it even more important for the red team to try to defend their Immortal here. So Reina is in position, but Reina knows that he has almost no ability to engage the fight on his own. But he's actually going a bit of a risky situation, going a bit more into the blue team's fortification. He's going to get sandwiched by 3 of the blue team's heroes. And then with the adrenaline rush coming in, but Reina will be taken down. A huge firepower, a huge cannon has been taken down. Stitches is also very badly positioned here. And Precision Strike doesn't quite hit anything. Luna Flash manages to peel a bit of the heroes, but won't be able to deal. Stitches undergoing a huge amount of damage. We have the Valgas, but the Valgas won't be enough. Butcher comes in, Stitches has come in, and with the Divine Shield on Arthas is going to stay alive. Syndra Goza comes in, and they will be able to take down the red team's heroes. Ravenous Spirit cleaning up the mess of what is left of the red team. This is definitely going probably to be GG right here. I guess the main contribution of the fact of that team fight was definitely a very bad position on Reina and Stitches there. Stitches, I know he's trying to get as much damage off his Val gas, his toxic gas as much as possible, but without his teammates, Stitches still won't be able to do amount of work here. And so we have level 20 talents, Annihilating Spirit instead of Revenant. So we can see that Nazeebo's Revenant Spirit actually deals a lot of work as long as the main two frontliners, Arthas and Muradin, is able to peel for their team. And so here we have it. This is most probably going to be game. We have a full shield, almost full shield blue team Immortal pushing down the top lane. We have siege units on the bottom lane as well. So it's really almost difficult for the red team, but we'll still see if they manage this to turn the situation around. So the blue team is going knocking onto the middle gate here. So the red team is attempting to try to stop them. Owl hits, and Arthas is just going to be healed. We have Butcher coming in, Hyperion comes in, and they're able to deal Vala. Vala bolts out the stomach away. Precision Strike hits Arthas, but not so much of dealing damage. Reina is going to be taken down by the Muradin as well. And we have Valgas on Stitches, but not so enough. He is able to take down Uther as well. They have the perfect storm of Muradin comes in. Revenant Spirit has come in to clean up, taking down Tyrande. Revenant Spirit, is he going for... Yes, he's going for Stitches and taking down Stitches. We have a full team wipe on the red team here. So momentum has definitely shifted to the blue team's favor, and this is going to be the game. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed today's cast.